matches, shocking debuts, burger fights, and Kenny Omega now apparently is in production with Michael Nakazawa and Don Callis. Only on AEW, right? All that and more as we review the second edition of AEW Dynamite Friday night. Welcome to a brand new episode of Can We Talk Wrestling, and we are starting. Now, this Dynamite takes place only 5 days after Double or Nothing. So what was next for most of these superstars? Well, I think if you were to ask us, did we think Andrade was going to debut on AEW tonight, we would have said, no way. But he did. In probably one of the more shocking debuts, but very expected, but still shocking that it happened tonight. Mark Henry was giving an interview about how excited he was to finally be in Dynamite. He has a lot left in the tank, so he doesn't see himself retiring, and he's so excited to be a part of AEW's new show, Rampage. And all of a sudden, Vicky Guerrero interrupts Mark Henry, tells Mark Henry to get out of her ring, and says that she has a brand new superstar debuting, who is the one and the only Andrade. Now remember, August 14th, Andrade and Kenny Omega are fighting for that Triple H Championship. So this is a huge signing from AEW. Thank you, Tony Khan. I'm really intrigued by this. I'm also intrigued to see that he is managed by Vicky Guerrero. I mean, he can hold his own with promos and stuff, but I guess they thought, let's put Vicky on TV more, which I'm totally fine with. I'm excited to see who his first feuds are going to be with, how he's going to fit in with AEW, but I really hope that AEW does not drop the ball with Andrade. Like WWE did, he has so much potential. I'm so excited. I want Andrade Kenny 2 to be at All Out. Is that going to happen? No way in hell. But do I want it that way? Hell yes. But speaking of amazing things, we had the celebration for the one and only DMD, Britt Baker, after she successfully gained her AEW Women's World Championship. And if you've followed on Twitter, you saw that McDonald's sent Britt Baker not only Big Macs, but 1,500 burger coupons. She cuts the promo thanking everyone for coming to her celebration, fools the audience by thinking that the coupons are for the audience, but they're not, and they're for Britt. Says she's thanking nobody for this, and that she's done this all on her own, and nobody's had her back, and ready to prove herself within the AEW Women's Division. Then offers Tony and Reba, burgers, and as they're about to take a bite, Nyla Rose comes in, hits the burgers out of their hands, pops the balloons with her nails, and walks right out of there. It looks like Nyla Rose and Britt Baker is going to be Britt's first feud as AEW Women's Champion. This one kind of intrigues me because Britt technically still didn't turn face, and Nyla's still technically a heel. So that kind of heel. I don't mind face versus face, heel versus heel. But it intrigues me a little bit because, like I said, Britt totally didn't turn face yet, but I feel like that's where we're going just because of how over she is with the crowd. But I definitely wouldn't have expected this to be Britt's first feud. I would have totally expected a Red Velvet, or I think I had also said Riho would be a good one. But I'm okay with Nyla, especially with someone like Britt Baker, especially with someone like Vicky Guerrero in Nyla's corner, and Britt Baker has Reba. This should be a really good feud. I know that in maybe June, July, they're having one of those AEW specials, either Fyter Fest or Fight for the Fallen. So that would be a good title match there, or just on a Dynamite. But I just hope they build it. And speaking of the women's division, we had an amazing match between Allie, aka the Bunny, versus Red Velvet. And Red Velvet, my girl, took such a scary fall. She was diving on the outside. She basically did a back bump. But she landed on her neck, and it was really scary. And I go, girl, calm down. But this match was really good. Red Velvet gets the win, just proves that AEW loves Red Velvet. There's so much in the tank for her. She has so much potential. And so does Allie. I really wish that Allie wrestled more on Dynamite. I understand 2 hours, how much can you put in 2 hours? But she's so talented. Just look at her work on the Indies or her work in Impact. and I just want them to feature her more. You know? I think this is only like her second or third match on Dynamite since she signed. I could be wrong, but, you know, just a tidbit. But I'm excited for Red Velvet to like climb the ranks, go against Britt Baker. That match would be really good too. And I also am hoping that at All Out, I know a lot of people think it's going to be Thunder Rosa. I really hope it's Ty Conti. Not that I want Ty Conti to win, but just like the build to that match would be so rewarding. So, if that happens, you heard it here on my show first. But speaking of shows and production, apparently Michael Nakazawa, Kenny Omega, and Don Callis are all in production because basically the best friends are giving this promo as they were showing highlights from Double or Nothing. And Trent and Chuck were like, you know, Don screwed Orange over. Why is Don Callis even here? We don't need him. It's so pointless. Like, this isn't over. We're going to get revenge. And then we go to, like, the production truck. And I know that because I work in production. And they're looking at the monitors that shows, like, what gets put into, like, the feed to air on TV. So, like, what's in red, what's in green, what's in black. I know none of you know what that means unless you are in production like I am. And they're like, oh yeah, I like this angle, but I don't like this angle, and this is good, cut this. And Alex Marvez walks in like, what the hell is going on? And they're like, oh, next week we're going to expose how, like, the conspiracies against us. This isn't, like, we didn't do anything wrong. And it led to Kenny, like, then they were talking about Jungle Boy, because Jungle was the number one contender. And Kenny goes, well, you know, he's a Jungle Boy, not a Jungle Man. There's a difference, and there's also a difference between a Jungle Boy and a Jungle Champion. Jungle Boy can't touch me. I'm superior. And then they all started singing Jungle Boy's theme song. Said how much they love Jungle Boy's theme song. So this also led to a tag team match between Christian Cage and Jungle Boy versus Private Party. And this match was really good. I really like how they're kind of putting like Christian as like the mentor towards Jungle Boy. And I also I'm assuming Luchasaurus is hurt because I would have definitely expected him to be involved in the Casino Battle Royal. So I like how they're kind of separating Jungle Boy from Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt right now because they're showing that Jungle Boy is someone that they're really keeping their eyes on to really put in that title picture more often. And I like, you know, Christian's kind of the mentor to Jungle Boy. If these two start feuding, I'm perfectly fine with that. Jungle Boy and Christian Cage get the win over Private Party, giving them their first loss in AEW this year. Kind of shocking. And then, like, Jungle Boy was celebrating, and then Christian was walking to the back, and then Matt Hardy attacked him, which means that we are getting the Matt Hardy-Christian Cage feud. And I believe these two did feud in WWE. In, like, 2008, 2009, I could be wrong. I mean, obviously, like, and Christian and Hardy Boys, obviously. Like, but I mean, like, singles-wise. So I'm excited to see what they can do. And I feel like now that they're not in WWE and they're in AEW, they have a lot of more free will. And, you know, it's not, like, so restricted of what they have to do. It's more creative freedom for them. So seeing what they're going to do creatively should be really cool, too. But I'm just really excited for Jungle Boy and Kenny. And I know Jungle Boy's not going to win, but just... he's a homegrown AEW talent. Like, seeing people like him or Britt Baker, just like homegrown AEW talent making it makes you feel so good. Like, damn. And speaking of homegrown talent, we gotta talk about the Inner Circle celebration because apparently Jake Hagar and Wardlow are having an MMA fight on Dynamite in 2 weeks. Why? So the Inner Circle comes out, they're celebrating, and Chris Jericho's like, oh my god, this was the best, and we had to commend Sammy because Sammy's the one that saved us, and Sammy's like, you know, like, I was doing 360s off my mom's roof, and now I did it in the main event of Double or Nothing, and this is the best moment of my career, in my life, and I couldn't have done it without, like, all my brothers, and now Santana and Ortiz want to go after FTR, which is perfectly fine, and then Jake Hager's just like, yeah, you know, Wardlow has a win against me, so now I need to get retribution on Wardlow. So now we're going to do an MMA fight. Okay. So if you've tuned into my show, you know that MMA, UFC, boxing, all that is not my style. So this is going to be a really rough main event for me to watch. I'm intrigued to see how they do it since this is on AEW stage and it's not like in another company stage. So I'm excited to see how they do it. Am I excited for this? No. But should be intriguing. And then Jericho and MJF are going to wrestle again. In what type of stipulation? I don't know, but that's what's next. And of course, our main event, a bull rope match between Nick Camarado and Dustin Rhodes. This was a really fun main event. Obviously, it's a bull rope match. Just blood and table spots, and Dustin gets the win here over a very bloody Nick Camarado. And, I think the theme for this Dynamite was just fun, I think they are trying to wait till they go back on the road to, start new feuds and stuff, because it's only, 2 or 3 weeks away. I think it's 3 weeks away till they go back on the road. So they're waiting for that to start new stuff. But it was just fun, after a pay-per-view. And Andrade debuted. I'm still, shook. Andrade debuted tonight. But yeah, make sure to like this video, comment what you guys thought about Dynamite, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Make sure to click that bell for notifications and subscribe. And remember, starting on Monday, we are heading over to No Holds Barred Network. This channel will still be used for a couple things. I believe my Ring of Honor stuff will be on here, but all my reviews are going to be on the No Holds Barred Network, so make sure you look out for that. And also, tune into the AEP on the No Holds Barred Network at 7 p.m. to watch Kyle and Tiff review everything about AEW, some stuff I didn't cover, some stuff I did, their opinions, all that and more. And that's it for me. See y'all when we review Monday Night Raw over on the No Holds Barred Network.